What is up, guys? What is up? We are going to tell you today SWFT and Scale connections. Um, the two are connected via Tim Draper and other things. And maybe this year we actually see gaming cryptos move. I know a lot of times we see these influencers pump gaming cryptos, but maybe this is the year we get true adoption there, and we'll go over that today, as well as you have 7 days, and as well their Black Friday deals out there on cryptocurrencies. We'll go over that. We told you that before, that was coming. So yeah, let's get into it, guys. And as always, cue my guy, Indigo Saint. Let's get it. Boom. Let's get it. Indigo Saint in the building. Black View Investing. Let's go.
Who's this producer?
Best believe I was black or invested. With your money, you ain't gotta be guessing. Profits is what we manifested. So we binge on a black or invested. Best believe I was black or invested. That course in this race, we ain't resting. We got stocks, we got crypto with a blessing. So thank God for that black or invested.
What is going on again, Crypto Warriors? What is up, Black Root Crew? We're going to get into it today. One thing, we're going to get into SWFT. A couple things I found with SWFT, like the all-time high, right? It was pretty intriguing finding this all-time high. And we got some people in chat here. Les Square, living in Central Florida. What is up? What is up, brothers? Let's go ahead and share the screen here. So let's start with SWFT, okay? Let's go with looking at the all-time high. So I've mentioned it kind of before in passing, and I know different people, maybe Underdog Research Channel, we've mentioned this kind of in passing. But the SWFT all-time high is not what the charts would lead you to believe. It's actually around 9 cents. So if we bring up SWFT, we go to coin market cap, you'll see that the all-time high is somewhere around like 8 or 9 cents, if I remember correctly. Let's go down here and take a look. So here it is, all-time high, January 9th, 2018, 7 years ago, which is quite surprising, right? If you look at the graph, you look at the chart, you see that, well, SWFT is only, like, you would think this is the all-time high. It's not. If we go and look, SWFT was actually first listed on Huobi, and you would have to look at the SWFT Bitcoin pair to actually see this all-time high, which, let's go to the week chart. So you would have to actually look at this to see the all-time high. Let's get rid of the GAN fan. So honestly, that really intrigues me about SWFT, because honestly, we got so much room to get back to, right? Just even to get back to 9 cents, right? So it's not so much uncharted territory, if you will, right? If you know that 9 cents is the all-time high. So just wanted to hit you guys with that and show you the receipts there with that. So very interesting. SWFT's all-time high is actually 9 cents. Now, if we look into SWFT and some of the backers behind SWFT, I've showed you guys before, Draper Dragon and Node Capital. But if we scroll down here, we will see SWFT also, they do list, let me do a search here. They do actually list Skale. So SWFT is, Skale is listed on SWFT. So there we go right there. But then again, if you look at Skale, where is it here? And you look at some of its backers, you'll see that it's Consensus, you'll see it's Winklevoss Capital, and you'll see also, where is Boost? Boost VC. So we've shown you how Draper's connected to Consensus. We've shown you how Draper's connected to Hashkey Capital, and even Multicoin Capital. But we know, again, with Draper being a co-owner of Gemini, that he and the Winklevoss twins are related there with those investments. And we know with Boost VC that his son owns that venture capital fund. And in their portfolio, they have Skale. Okay. Just as a checking our receipts thing again. And there we go, Skale. And I'm always like taken to the interview that we did with Andrew Saunders, excuse me. And I just think he dropped so many gems here for us, right? And I think with this Trump administration, we will see like regulation hit. And with that regulation, we're going to get things like adoption in the gaming industry. Okay. So let me come back here and stop sharing and share again, because I don't know if I checked that button. Now, I did that interview before Trump was elected, right? And like some of the stuff he just says in the interview, like not that he knew who was going to get elected or something like that, but like, you know what I mean? Like it rings true so much more now, sitting here like a month and a few days later. Like, not that he knew something, but it just rings a lot truer now. So let's just listen to it and you'll see what I mean. So this is part of the interview. I kind of re-released it, Scale, How Mass Adoption Happens in Crypto. You should definitely check out the entire show, which I think I have. Yeah, see full video here, which was 30 minutes, but this 7 minutes is very impactful, very impactful. So let's listen here to Mr. Saunders. We're not going to watch the whole video, but we're going to watch part of it.
So I may be LARPing in your community and doing all these challenges and putting things on the timeline, but like I'm self-motivated.
Let's go a little bit faster speed. I tend to listen to things in faster speed.
Motivated in my doing that, right? I haven't effectively joined your cult yet, right? And if that TGE happens and doesn't meet or exceed my expectations, like I'm out, I'm on to the next one, right? Or even if it does, I might still be out, right? And so this is part of why I think also it's really helpful to think about that 95%, because like, I'm not going to name names. Like I have a lot of friends at newer chains that are owning the timeline and everybody's talking about them. And I'm literally telling them, like, I hope you have a plan for after TGE, because these 20,000 loyal community members aren't as loyal as you think they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so once folks get past that point, that is when I typically get a lot of phone calls. They're like, we don't know what to do anymore, you know? And it's like, well, you got to start doing marketing. And you have to think about, one, you know, how do I retain that existing community? Two, how do I, you know, engage them? And three, how do I turn them into word of mouth marketers that start to bring their friends and family in, you know?
So one of the things that really strikes me about what he's talking about right now is how to continue having adoption. The scenario we're going to talk about, though, is not the scenario. Our scenario that we're going to talk about is Activision and EA, like companies that are kind of just on the sidelines waiting to get that crypto adoption. They already have the quote unquote community. They have millions of people in their community that are used to playing their games, and they're just waiting for crypto adoption so they can essentially turn on blockchain, right? And I've heard different people talk about like, hey guys, like people are already, like gaming companies are already doing this. I heard King mention that like a year ago or something like that. Shout out to Gentlemen of Crypto, shout out to King. So companies are already trying it, and Andrew is going to talk about that pretty soon here. But as far as like having companies keep adoption, Andrew was talking about that, and that really just made me know like he is probably the perfect person for Skale to choose, because he's already adept in doing that or thinking about that. Okay, and then like what are some of the challenges you see with like crypto gaming and like currently or like the next 5 years? And I know we touched on it a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So I think like a lot of people ask me, they're like, where do you think mass adoption comes from, right? And I personally, as someone that's been early in like a lot of industries, like I was early in digital, I was early in AR, VR, machine learning, AI, autonomous vehicles, all this stuff, right? Like I've kind of seen it over and over again. And so I personally think it's either going to come from gaming, meaning there's going to be a game that onboards millions of people. It's going to be from a social DApp, and I wouldn't even say social fi, but a social app that scales very quickly, brings in millions of people, right? Or it's going to come from the consumer side, meaning and Amazon integrates, Skale into their Prime member program, and the next thing you know, millions and millions of Americans are on the chain, right?
Now, is he telling us something he might have inside knowledge in? Could Amazon integrate Skale and have them as a part of their program? I don't know, but this is the guy on the inside, like absolutely, literally. Let's bring up Scale's team. Like this is literally the guy on the inside, right? Chief Marketing and Growth Officer. So if anybody knows, this guy knows. Okay, so let's continue to listen.
The challenge right now has to do with,
and I'm not saying that he's saying that. I'm not saying that he's but he could be, right? Could Scale be working on something like that? Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? But let's continue
with like regulation clarity, right? So I live in
okay, yeah, that here it is. So again, regulation clarity. Keep that in mind. And knowing what we know now with the current administration, right?
Their Prime member program, and the next thing you know, millions and millions of Americans are on the chain, right? The challenge right now has to do with like regulation clarity, right? So I live in LA where we have, Activision and Epic and Amazon Gaming and all these companies, right? And they are interested in blockchain, right? Like people think they're not. I think what it boils down to is two things. One, they don't have regulation clarity, right? So if you're one of these big traditional game publishers that has a very, very substantial viable business, why would you do something that could potentially jeopardize that and put your company in trouble, right? Yeah. And so what I think will happen is if we get regulation clarity, which is somewhat aligned, I think, with the politics and the election, what you could end up seeing is this mass adoption happening much faster, right? And what I mean by that is,
like that, what he just said in that minute is so profound, right? Because he mentions the election and he said you could see it in the upcoming election. And if you see that in the upcoming election, mass adoption can happen faster. You see what I'm saying? So he's almost tipping us off to that, right? And he mentions Activision and Epic, right? Which we'll go over in just a second here. So I need to replay that because it's very profound what he just said in this minute. It's extremely profound.
Consumer side, meaning and Amazon integrates, Skale into their Prime member program, and the next thing you know, millions and millions of Americans are on the chain, right? the challenge right now has to do with like regulation clarity, right? So I live in LA where we have, Activision and Epic and Amazon Gaming and all these companies, right? And they are interested in blockchain, right? Like people think they're not. I think what it boils down to is two things. One, they don't have regulation clarity, right? So if you're one of these big traditional game publishers that has a very, very substantial viable business, why would you do something that could potentially jeopardize that and put your company in trouble, right? Yep. And so what I think will happen is if we get regulation clarity, which is somewhat aligned, I think, with the politics and the election, what you could end up seeing is this mass adoption happening much faster, right? And what I mean.
So he mentioned regulational clarity at least 2 or 3 times. So clearly this is what they're waiting on. And he just said, if you get it, you get it. If you get that, you can get it faster, right? If you get regulational clarity, maybe you get these companies, Activision and Epic Gaming. Activision is like a Fortune 500 or NASDAQ 500. They used to be NASDAQ 100, but I'm pretty sure they're still NASDAQ 500. And EA, and Epic Games, which is partly owned by Disney, partly owned by Sony, which we'll go over in just a second.
What I mean by that is, let's say you're Activision, you're not going to integrate blockchain into all your games. You're probably going to launch another game that has blockchain components in it. You're going to start testing that, learning, and then eventually maybe pivoting into something that's like more 360, like a marketplace, right? And I do know that a lot of these folks have been experimenting behind the scenes. So what happens is, let's say Activision does that. Well, then what happens? Well, if they want to put $100 million in marketing behind a game, they can do it. If they want to put 100, AAA developers behind a game, they can do it, right? And so I do think like the traditional game studios, if and when they decide to jump in, could very quickly bring gamers in, right? Like that's one thing that could happen. The thing that could happen right now.
So again, here we are with another possible flip of the switch moment. And everything he says pretty much makes sense there, right? If a huge gaming company like Activision or something like that wants to have blockchain happen pretty immediately and throw marketing and things behind it, they can do that. Okay. So again, with some of these cryptocurrencies, all of which kind of have pulled back because of the tax harvesting season, maybe this is something we should be looking at, right? So let's play that last minute that I just played one more time. We played the first important minute, and this is the second very most important minute.
You're not going to integrate blockchain into all your games. You're probably going to launch another game that.
Wait, I started at the wrong place. Right here is where we want.
This mass adoption happening much faster, right? And what I mean by that is, let's say you're Activision, you're not going to integrate blockchain into all your games. You're probably going to launch another game that has blockchain components in it. You're going to start testing that, learning, and then eventually maybe pivoting into something that's like more 360, like a marketplace, right? And I do know that a lot of these folks have been experimenting behind the scenes. So what happens is, let's say Activision does that. Well, then what happens? $100 million in marketing behind a game, they can do it. If they want to put 100, AAA developers behind the game, they can do it, right? And so I do think like the traditional game studios, if and when they decide to jump in, could very quickly bring gamers in, right? Like that's one thing that could happen. The thing that could happen right now, which I think is again like a little bit more of a dice roll, is
okay. So that's what we wanted to cover there. So I think that was very profound with what Andrew hit us with, and perhaps we see that when we get the regulational clarity. Now, one of the things I wanted to follow up with was looking at companies like Activision and companies like Activision and companies like Square. Epic Games. So Activision Blizzard, as far as it says here, traded as ATVI on the NASDAQ. See here. Are they still? I believe they're still on the NASDAQ. Is that not true? Because it said limited date there. Let me see. Okay, maybe they're not traded on the NASDAQ anymore. I don't know if they went private or what. Let me see. Or no. I'm looking at crypto. That's why. Okay. Yep. So Activision there. So one of the most big companies on the NASDAQ. They used to be NASDAQ 100. They're not right now. I think they're still NASDAQ 500. and I was trying to look at a site to figure out who owned the most of them. This may not be completely accurate because I couldn't find what the date was on this. This is some random site called the Insider. I would think it tends to be accurate because most Fortune 500s, or excuse me, most NASDAQ 500s or NASDAQ 100s, Vanguard and BlackRock own the most of, like a decent chunk of them. So I would think this would probably still be pretty accurate. Vanguard, Fidelity, Janus Capital, and what have you. So making this connection here is just basically to say we already know BlackRock is in cryptocurrency, and BlackRock with Bitcoin ETFs, BlackRock with Securitize. BlackRock has a presence in cryptocurrency. So a company that they already own a piece of, how hard would it be to now incentivize them or give them some push once regulation clarity happens to now put blockchain on their games? If you know about Activision Blizzard, one of their biggest kind of one of their games are like Call of Duty, StarCraft, Warcraft. So they have some really, really big ones on their system, on their ecosystem. One that he didn't mention was Electronic Arts, and they do all the Madden games and stuff like that. They are a S&P 500. They are a NASDAQ 100. So yeah, I think Activision is also a S&P 500, but that's okay. So we know, like, they have like John Madden football and all of these things, and you can see some of their titles right there. How easy would it be for these guys who, again, since they're NASDAQ 100, we know Vanguard and BlackRock own a ton of them. So how easy would it be for them to now put their stuff on a Skale that is gas free and, have blockchain connected to their games? And I really think this happens when we get the regulational clarity. Okay. So let's see here. Now let's look at Epic Games, which is one that Andrew mentioned there. You can see their Tencent owns 35% of them. Walt Disney Company, again, we were talking about Disney in relation to Dragon Chain. So again, with the NFTs and the whole NFT patent with Dragon Chain, with Walt Disney Company owning 9% of Epic Games, they could really use Dragon Chain and Scale and things like that to push their IP, right? So that's pretty cool there. And of course, Sony with PlayStation and whatnot. So there it is. So I know he mentioned Epic Games because I think already some Epic Games things use Scale. If we go back to Scale and look at the kind of the D apps here. Can we zoom this out a little bit? So you see D apps for Consensus and other things. You can see like Crypto Blades and other games. I don't think it would be too hard to now then incorporate a D app for a EA Sports types deal, or incorporate a D app for Activision. And he already seemed to have some type of thoughts that Activision and these companies are looking into it. And of course, like we just showed you, he's a core member of their team. So if anybody knows if somebody's looking into it, he knows, right? So honestly, that with the connections to Boost VC with Scale, and the Winklevoss twins with Scale and Consensus with Scale. And we already know that it's on Swift. There's just so many Swift connections there with Scale as far as Draper goes, as far as the funders go. I think Scale is definitely a part of the plan, if you will. Okay. So let's go into the chat before we go into the second part of the program here. But to me, all of that is just really good, great news, right? Let's see here. 7 days to $1 Swift. Hey, I hope so. I hope so, brother. I hope so. 7 days for sure until almost to the time where the central banks say they can purchase crypto. Okay. So that happens actually on January 1st. That's when they can officially put a certain percentage of their central bank revenue into cryptocurrency. So all of January, I think we're going to have things popping. So that's why I kind of told y'all December 29th, right? Right before our deadline day, or right after our deadline day, on the 30th, the MiCA laws go into effect. So MiCA laws go into effect saying how Europeans and the Euros can deal with crypto. So it's very funny that that goes into effect 2 days before central banks can actually officially put crypto on their reserves. So that's very interesting. And then central banks can put crypto on their reserves. And then Big Papa Trump comes in on January 20th. He's sworn in, and Gensler's resigning on that date. So all of January, I think it's just going to be a really, really popping time for cryptocurrency. So, you know, you got your chance right now, right now, to reorganize your portfolio, get into the things that you're really confident in. If you were missing out on certain things like quant, well, hey, now it's at a good low level for you to get in and have your portfolio ready, right? You know, these are great times if you had some money sitting on the sidelines, some cash sitting on the sidelines. Maybe now you want to put it in. Bitcoin is back under 100K. If you wanted a piece of Bitcoin and you believe it's going to be a world reserve currency, now is the time. It's a very, very happy time. You have to train your mind and train your thoughts into, when I have these pullbacks, now it's just an excellent time for me to repurpose and reorganize into what I believe in, right? It's not a time to panic. It's not a time to let the news put you in this, that, or that feeling. Because again, check out the video we did on, because I know Jay Powell came out with some news that had people upset. We debunked that news, okay? He didn't lie, but he kind of misused the truth, okay? So what's going on with Swift? Fed can't hold Bitcoin debunked. Definitely check out that show if you think that what Jerome Powell said is completely bringing down the market. Check out that show. I think you'll feel a lot better. You'll be chill. Just check out that show and you'll understand. He kind of that was a reason to pull the market down, even though he didn't exactly tell the truth. He didn't exactly tell the truth because the US government already holds Bitcoin. But, you know, I go all over it in that video. Be sure to check that out if you're still worried, okay? Crypto Renaissance, let's go. The best researcher. That's some heavy praise, bro. That's some heavy praise. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for saying that. Okay, restream here. I'm trying not to. Okay, there we go. So thank you. That's some very big praise. I really appreciate that. Stingy Berry, what is up? E, what's going on, brother? Definitely check out our Telegram if you guys haven't already. Always post when I'm going live in here. I try to go live at least every Tuesday and Sunday. I need to put that on the X or the Twitter. Definitely go follow me on the X and Twitter if you haven't already. And we got some people coming over from that, 66 people over there right now. Definitely like and subscribe to the YouTube, guys. If you're on the X, the Twitter/X, come on over to YouTube and like and subscribe, because I am not monetized on X yet, but we're also trying to get there with that. Definitely subscribe over there if you haven't already. Definitely subscribe on the YouTube if you haven't already. Gearing up, packed up, we out of here, fam. Stay, watch the Telegram. Your boy dropping a lot of info on economics as of late, and that's cool, guys. If you wanna go into the Telegram and learn some info on economics, E is dropping that. But for me, like, I really want you guys to think, or for me, what I find, I'll just share what I do with my portfolio, right? I want to keep it as simple as possible, right? Follow the patterns, keep it as simple as possible, right? And we always have these kind of pullbacks during December when people are reorganizing their portfolio, deciding how they want to tax harvest or how they don't want to tax harvest. Let's see if I can pull up and look at last December. Let's try to look at last December. Here, I'm going to do a different chart because I have a lot of markings on this chart, and I want something that's kind of clean. So 2024. Okay, so we're on the week chart, so it's a little harder to see. Let's go to the day chart. 2024. Okay, so December here, where is it? Okay, so December we had a little pullback here too. I don't know if people remember, but we did have a pullback in December. Like you can see, it went up here towards the beginning of December, and towards the middle, it pulled back from like the 5th all the way to the 30th, right? That whole time was a pullback time. So this is like par for the course. This is what happens in December's, right? So yeah. What's up, Robert Riley? What is up, Shook Focus Digital? Let's see. Living in Central Florida. I see you. Matt, what's going on? What's going on, Swift fam? Shalom. Rue from me. What's going on? From me and Max. What's up, Jack Thompson? Appreciate you, brother. Definitely check out our guy Max's channel as well. Maximus Crypto. Just hit 100 live viewers. Gotta love that. That's amazing. And by the way, guys, we've had almost 200 new subscribers. Mad thanks to you guys. The algorithm is seeing us. I just really appreciate that. Continue to share the show, right? Continue to share the show around. Let's continue to grow, guys. Yeah, let's just continue to grow. Gotta love it. I'm mad appreciative of all you who've been rocking with me. All of you who been watching the show and been sharing, apparently, right? And the algorithm has been sharing us out. Can't be happier, bro. Can't be happier. Let's go to 25K or 2,500 people and more. Let's go to 10K 20K. Hey, let's do it. Let's continue to grow, guys. Be sure to share on Twitter and X if you haven't already too. That also helps get the show around. Okay, so we'll continue with the comments in just a second here. Let's go on to the second part. It's a great shopping time right now. Like, everything has pulled back. Again, we're going to be very, very happy here come January. This is my thesis. I've showed you guys why I think that. I showed you guys. I'm basically telling you. I know what I'm saying is financial advice. I'm telling you what I'm doing with my portfolio. We have the catalysts of Trump doing what he's doing with the crypto taxes coming. That has not been taken into effect yet. We have the central banks that are going to go and buy crypto. That has not been taken into effect yet. And again, when we get regulational clarity, maybe we get things like a Hedera ETF, an XRP ETF. I've shown you on this channel, right, where they already have them in other countries. But with America having them, it's going to just make it so much like people are going to be like, wow, you know what I mean? It's going to be that wow factor with BlackRock and all of these different companies having crypto ETFs. So we have so much good news, so many catalysts that are coming. Like, do not let this pullback shake you out. Don't get shook. Watch shook focus, but don't get shook out. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, so like plenty of great coins like the LCX, like a Quant, are pulling back now. Like almost everything is pulling back, so people can't say, oh well, it's just Swift or something like that. No, then you're not paying attention if you're not, if you're thinking just Swift is pulling back. Everything has pulled back. Quant, geez, look at that. Crazy. So Quant, Swift, Stronghold, Velo, Bitcoin, you name it. Everything has pulled back. And this is not a fear time. This is a reorganize your portfolio time. That's how I'm feeling about it, right? This is how I've changed my view about it, transformed my whole feelings about it, right? I look at these times as opportunities, not, oh man, I wish I sold or whatever with my portfolio. I have a long-term horizon with these cryptocurrencies. Maybe sometime March during the eclipse is when I'm going to look to take some profits. But majority of what I'm holding, I have a long-term goal on it. Okay. So right now is a clear shopping time to me. Check out the Patreon if you're looking at like, oh, what are you looking at buying? This is going to be given to the patron members. I've already given them, their what I've been buying for the last couple weeks or whatever. Definitely check out the Patreon if you want a weekly watch list for less than a cup of coffee. Yeah. So patrons are going to get a list of what we're looking at. It's going to be a golden thing. But of course, you guys have been watching the shows. You know what cryptocurrencies I talk about. I don't to do a lot to obscure that from you, right? So let's continue. Okay, so let's keep going here with the comments. Mike Main, what's going on? What's good, crew? Thanks, Matt for stopping by at Mike Main. Jetpack J.O., what's good, Ruel? What's going on? Scales also got a contract with the U.S. Navy. Whoa, Jack Thompson. That's some big stuff. That's some big stuff right there. Mike Main, what's good? Ru E and Shook Focus. Stan LC Expeditions. I honestly think, and again, you check out my LCX show that I did. I honestly had a prediction on there where a guy was talking about $13 LCX in 2025. So I I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. I have the kind of shortened video LCX Exchange, the Sleeping Giant Ready to Soar. Definitely check that out. It's doing very, very well right now. People really liked the shortened version of that, but the longer version of that I have, which is LCX will take off when this happens. So apparently they liked the shorter. People like the shorter content. And see, this is exactly why I try to get the shows under an hour now. You can see I did an hour on that show, but like the little shortened content of 11 minutes is almost up to 800 people. Crazy how that goes, right? You would actually think people would want more information, but we live in a TikTok time, so I guess even 11 minutes is long to people nowadays, but what can you do? So we did in that show, we showed a $13 prediction for LCX. Can you imagine in 2025? So we're sitting here at 26 cents, right? $13. I don't even know what that is. Is that like how many X is that? I could probably do the quick math in my head. Let me see. So 26 times 4 would be $1. And then whatever 4 times 13 is, 12. So that would be like a 62. No, wait, 12, 14 times. So 13 times 4, 12. So like a 52X. That'd be like a 52X. And that'd be like like that number 52. We're going up into 2025. And I've already shown you guys so much about how the number 52 is so occult, and that 52 paying cards, 52 weeks in a year. It's that would be very, very interesting. But I could see it, right? I could really see it with LCX. That's not financial advice or anything. That's just what I'm thinking with my portfolio. Jetpack JL Ramboland being president of the North American blockchain is awesome, which has almost 100 partners. Won't be surprised if Ramboland and Perianne Boring collaborate. That's some interesting news you're dropping here for us. Ramboland, president of North American blockchain. Let's take a look at that. Not sure, but Underdog Research Channel might have mentioned something about this. So I know he did a kind of a deep dive on him. Huh, there we go. Crunchbase. North American Blockchain Association. There we go. Okay, I don't want to sign in right now. Okay. All right. North American Blockchain Association. There we go. All right. I'll just be pretty interesting to do quite a deep dive into. About us. Okay, I believe this is it here, the North American Blockchain Association. Maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe this is the wrong one. Trying to see if we can find team, right? But maybe that's the wrong one. But that's interesting. That's interesting. Okay, there we go. North American Blockchain Summit. Okay, well, we'll do some deep diving into this. Namba. Well, here's their LinkedIn at least. That seems right. Okay, let's close that. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Okay, so pretty interesting there. Let's continue here. It's also top 3 fastest blockchains. That's right, with Scale. That is correct there. With Mikaela, USDT is about to be delisted from exchanges. Big problem for MXC. Ooh. Now, see, I thought that Tether got their problems with that worked out, because I know that LCX listed Tether. Now, are they trying to say that they're going to be delisted from? Let me see. So, LCX, Tether, and Tether holds a lot of U.S. bonds, U.S. Treasury bonds. As far as I remember reading that somewhere. And then they just did a big investment. Shout out to E for putting this in the chat. Tether just did a big investment into Rumble. Yeah, so yeah, they just started listing Tether. Tether to be listed on LCX exchange. This is May 21st, 2024. So I'm wondering, like, and LCX is like the guinea pig of Mika. So if anybody would not list Tether, it would be LCX, because they're like the guinea pig of Mika. Like, I keep hearing all of this stuff about Tether being in trouble, but if LCX listed them, like, I don't understand. Like, how are they in trouble? And I know somebody did recently say that they were going to delist Tether. I can't remember who it was. Crypto exchanges in EU must delist Tether by December 30th. Well, then why did I don't understand that. Why did LCX list them if they're saying that they should delist them December 30th? That makes no sense to me. Why would LCX have listed them in May? They would have just said, okay, you gotta become MiCA compliant. They would have never listed them. I don't understand this. I have this because it doesn't make sense to me that the LCX would have listed. They weren't if they weren't together. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know about that one. But you can see there it is listed saying that people here in Bloomberg that they have to, that they by December 30th. And that also checks what I was telling you guys earlier, that the MiCA laws are going into effect on December 30th. But I'm wondering, because Tether does have kind of some big, they do have some connections here, with US bonds and all of this other stuff. So if they get rid of Tether, they're shooting the American dollar in the foot too. They're shooting Bitcoin in the foot too. So I don't understand how they could, why they would want to do that. So I don't know. I don't know how this happens with all the things that Tether is involved in. Just my 2 cents. Like, I guess we'll just have to see how it plays out. We definitely will have to stay abreast of this to see what happens. And like I saw, so E posted this in our Telegram. I think it's something like Tether purchases of Rumble. It's a very interesting number too, because 7 plus 7 is 14, and 14 plus 5 is 19. And again, we get into that whole 19, the alpha and omega, the 1 and the 9. There's a reason why 19 keys calls themselves 19 keys, because they alpha and omega, right? Okay, so here it is. Rumble to receive a $777 million strategic investment from Tether. So they're making themselves a valuable thing, right? If you shot Tether in the foot, you would be shooting Rumble in the foot. You'd be shooting Bitcoin in the foot. You'd be shooting the US dollar in the foot. So I just don't understand how that would be, that they would, how that would work. So we shall see about that. Unless I always thought that Tether was going to be kind of like the BRICS dollar, if you will. So maybe they're kind of doing this to make kind of Tether like completely like a BRICS type thing, and USDC would be a completely US. Maybe that's the goal here. Again, like I said, like I think the billionaires don't really care, G7 or BRICS. They're going to make money on both sides regardless. So we shall see. But I don't think that Tether is going to go away anytime soon, especially given all the liquidity, all the things that are tied into Tether. If they get delisted, I think they will still be fine as far as like from a BRICS standpoint, and all the things that they're doing with China and Russia and stuff like that. Even if they got delisted from exchanges, they're still going to do very, very well DeFi wise. So I that's just my opinion. What's up, Miklo? What's up, Rance Q? Havens Compass, World of Despian, Straight Shot, Fuzzy Fox for Epic Games on sale on Scale. Okay, there we go. Thank you. I didn't have those like right on the tip of my head, but you got those in for me. Okay, and I appreciate that. I see we got a lot of comments left, so we might be going over an hour today. That's just gonna have to be what it is. Swift will skyrocket from Jetpack here. I'm shooked. I'm shooked. So yeah, let's see here. Let me see if we can look at those. Crap. Let's see. Okay. No, we want to look at that. Moving kind of slowly here. I'm going to get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, so let's go back here. Okay, loading apps. There we go. And it's kind of like Andrew was telling us, right? That like it's almost like kind of testing for companies, right? That already there's some on the there's already some on Scale. So these guys are kind of running as the guinea pigs, and depending on how these guys do, right? Depending on how these guys do, this will be like some test data for the big guys. You know what I mean? The EA Sports and the the Epic Games and Epic Games. These guys are kind of running kind of the tests for Epic Games for when they like put bigger games on here, like a World of Warcraft and what's the other one? Fortnite and all of that. Like these guys are kind of like they're kind of like the guinea pigs. Forgot about Stars too. The Stars Play fantasy football they're doing. There's a lot to Scale, but people don't talk about it too much, and I think that's kind of purposeful, right? They got Wits on here now. Andrew Saunders was telling us about Wits before this was even kind of official. There we go, World of Thespians. He was also telling us about Stray Shot before they were even officially on here. So we got some, we really got some gems from him, right? Oh, Mike Main, appreciate it, brother. $20 super chat. Much love, Rue. We getting to it. Thanks for the research and the time. Is there a list of U.S. projects? I do list some for the Patreon. Week by week, I will tell you different U.S. projects that I'm looking at. So yes, there is on the Patreon. Know your on and off ramps, especially in New York, could get flunked. Yep, 100%. There definitely been a controlling of on and off ramps by these guys. Phantom Beat, December 29th, January 1st, and March 10th. Okay. So March 10th, I believe, is around the time of the eclipse. Thank you for giving us that Phantom Beat. And December 29th, of course, is the deadline we set. Like, you got X amount of days. That's December 29th. It's a day before the MiCA laws go into effect. And then January 1st is when officially the central banks can buy cryptocurrency. Is that Phantom Beat in the house? Where is Richard Hart? That's a good question. Jason Goodwin, I'm just trying to figure out where to buy all these altcoins at. I don't trust Coinbase. Well, you can do Uniswap. That's always an option, right? In a decentralized type of way, you can do Uniswap. They square the Rue the 2025 planning for a much increase. Yeah, 100%. Like there's going to be so much increase. Like I know people's like sentiment is low now because of how the prices hit, but that's all psychological. That's all planned, right? I know, like I have no problem with the term quote theory. You know what I mean? Something that rhymes with, you know what I mean? Like the C theory, if you will. I have no problem with that term, but sometimes, yeah, they are all kind of end on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, the market is meant to kind of get your sentiments low. Um, and I've showed y'all, like, I think before, when I said like kind of relax a little bit, right? Look at what happened with LCX. They pushed it all the way down to like 10 something cents before boom, putting all this money back into it. Same thing with, if we bring up Hedera, right? It was pushed down very, very low. Sentiment could not have been lower on H bar before they put all of that money into it, right? Sentiment could not have been lower. Like, look at that. It was up to like 17 cents, only to slowly degenerate down to like 4 cents. It could not have been lower right here, right? That's like a what? How many year low at that point? Almost like a 2.5 year low, only to bam, right? I hope some people didn't give up on H bar. I hope they didn't, right? So I was telling, I know on this channel at least, we've been telling you, like, the meme coins were the distraction. They're distraction, they're distraction, they're distraction. So, but here we are, right? 25 cent H bar. May not be able to get that again this cycle, right? But you can right now. And in seven or so days, that's not going to be true. That's not going to be true, especially coming up here in these January times. Man, 25 cent H bar, it might not have that again. It might not have that again. But, you know, this is just kind of proof is in the pudding type of thing, where they push the sentiment negative and they can just flip the switch on you, right? That's it exactly in a nutshell, right? Malcolm Rex, Stan, are you asking a question that you already know? My main, Jizakin and Gemini are solid over Coinbase, in my opinion. Good answer. They're my main. Thank you very much for that. Community helping the community. I love it. Underdog Research Channel. What's up, brother? What's up? Rue, the info you put out in the Telegram is the plan for 2025. So now is the time to, but I'm sorry, I'm not sure which news what info you're talking about, Less Square. You know, I've been telling you guys for the whole longest time, like, you know, this is a shopping time. I kind of expected there to be a little pullback during this December time, because people tax harvest then. You know, my whole thing has been coming up for January and the tax things, or the the tax cuts that Trump is going to implement. Remember, we did come out with the video where we were just talking, flipping the switch, right? To me, what's going to happen in January with the tax cuts and the central banks coming into cryptocurrency, that is the flip of the switch moment. Like, this is the moment where, you know, XRP probably goes up to multiple dollars. This is the moment where HBAR probably takes off. All these American cryptos, all these cryptos that are super utility, like a quant and whatnot, that is coming. It's coming, right? And January is going to be the big flip of it, right? So let's do what we can to reorganize our portfolios now. Well, I'm going to do, this is not financial advice. I'm not making any suggestions for what anybody is doing. What I'm doing is taking this as a time to reorganize my portfolio and getting it into the best position to be able to take advantage of what they're going to do with these tax cuts and what's going to happen with central banks putting their money into crypto reserves, with the U.S. government putting its money into a Bitcoin reserve. And remember, the U.S. government can do that. We debunked Powell. Okay, we debunked Powell. So anybody's watching and saying, "Oh well, the Fed just said they can't hold Bitcoin." Well, we addressed that. We addressed that. Go check out the show. It's considered your long-term play. Well, again, in March, I'm going to be looking to take profits because there's going to be a solar eclipse. Or there's going to be I'm sorry, not solar. There is a solar one, but there's going to be like a lunar eclipse in March. And I'm going to look to take some profits before that. All hail, Mike May. I see the support. Let's match this energy and support for the researcher, time and effort. Appreciate you, Underdog Research Channel. Appreciate you, brother. As always, James Douglas, PTDT, DPT, Swift and XLM bags deep or packed deep for James. Run it, run the jewels, run the crypto. Let's run it. Underdog, what's good? Mike Main, all's good. I see you and hope you're well. Trying to support chat, but it's not letting me tonight. I will restart my phone and try again. No problem. Let's see. I never had any issues with Coinbase so far. In my opinion, it's the safest. What's up, Royal Pounds? Unless you're going to be using VPNs on your exchanges. Should Focus Digital. Appreciate you, brother. 10% or $10 super chat. I really appreciate it. Pear jumping up and down saying #1 fan. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you so much. And definitely, guys, go over to Shook Focus channel if you haven't already. He drops excellent content on Onyx Coin, XEN. If you guys are not aware, some of the best XEN content out there, and Underdog Research Channel, we did combined research on Swift. So a lot of the research you see me reference, Underdog Research Channel and Shook Focus Digital Research, as well as my own. And couldn't be happier to collaborate with these brothers. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing. So definitely come on over here and check it out. Dovu, let's meet the team. That's awesome. Onyx Coin, bring in more money, bringing old money to the future. Awesome. I like that. That character right there. That kind of looked like got a lot of Black Rue vibes to that character right there. Shook Focus. I love it. Honest Coin. Why were the names the same? Ooh, that's an interesting one too. I like that. Because there's a JP Morgan that has the name Onyx Coin. So seems like to me that could be some misdirection there. Definitely come over here and check that out. Also, of course, be sure to check out our guy Underdog Research Channel. Just dropped a new pod with Indigo Saint. Indigo Saint does the intro music for the channel, guys. If you didn't know that, definitely check out Underdog Research's channel here. If you haven't checked out his billionaire blueprint on Swift and Swift knowledge. This is like the #1 Swift knowledge video out here for real, guys. Definitely check that out. If you haven't already, definitely go check out our guy, Indigo Saint at the Third Eye. Oh man, I don't know why that didn't come up. Okay, I'm gonna have to get the correct Third Eye from you guys. But let's look at Maximus Crypto's channel right quick, guys. If you're not familiar with Max, definitely go over and check out his channel as well. Recently did a collaboration with Max not too long ago. I think it was last week. Definitely go over and check it out. We talked Dragon Chain and some other stuff. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, there we go. Dragon Coin. So yeah, we spoke Dragon Chain, okay? And Dragon Chain, it touts itself as America's crypto. I mean, definitely come over here and check that out. We spoke a little bit of Swift as well, a little bit of Swift too. So definitely come check it out. And let's continue here. Is LCX working with Digibyte? Victor Gonzalez? Yes, I believe they are. Let's see if we can pull that up. Okay, LCX working with Digibyte. Yeah, let me pull that up really quickly, if I can here. LCX Digibyte. I know I remember them having something on their page about partnering with Digibyte. Okay, there it is. Liechtenstein blockchain innovator has collaborated with the nonprofit organization Digibyte on a strategic level. We'll see if this link is still active. A lot of their links they've made inactive now. Okay, so yeah, this is still active. %50 of trading fees on new pair will be contributed to the Digibyte Foundation for a specified period of time. Okay, this is interesting. So interesting. So yeah, they have an agreement together, these guys. So definitely like there's so much to love about LCX. Again, we know they're going to be a blockchain bank. See if my super chat's working now. Coinbase. Oh, thank you, Underdog Research Channel. Appreciate that. With action, I'm following suit. Support the researchers' time and effort and knowledge. Rui got you, and you are ever rolling alone. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, fellas. Thank you guys so much. It's good to know that we have such a wonderful community here and such wonderful researchers that we collaborate with. Like, means a lot, guys. Means a lot. I can't express it enough to be honest with you guys. Back in the game and support chat's working again. Appreciate it. Yes, thank you guys, Mike Main, Shook Focus, and Underdog for contributing. It goes a long way, guys, for sure. And it'll definitely go back into the show. Gonna look to get a studio at some point in time, or at least like create something like a studio here. Um, you know, to grow the show. Boom. Root Crew is definitely in the house again. The Dark Horse rides again. Let's go. Rumble also plans to add BTC to their treasury as well. I just put that in Telegram just now. Awesome. Matt, appreciate you. $20 super chat. So much appreciated. Thank you so much. Rumble stock up 19% for the month. Matt, let's go. Boom. The crew is playing no games. Let's go, guys. 100%. And did our research channel. True that and is well deserved. Let's go. Rue, UDC, and our UDR and Shook all here. Appreciate you living in Central Florida. Stacked on SWFT and XEN. Only my only bags. Wow. Okay. Nice. Any opinion on ICP and its on-chain promise of replacing Amazon Web Services? I like it, ICP, and I've shown you that ICP is in some of those foreign ETFs and ETPs. So definitely a fan of ICP. I need to do some more videos on it actually. Jetpack JFO or JO, excuse me, facts just jumped on. How big can expect SWFT to get in quarter one? Hamidi 12. My price target for SWFT is 33 cents. If it achieves it quarter one or not, I don't know. I'm not really concerned about that. I just know that quarter one is going to be pretty big. The first quarters always kind of tend to set the it just tends to set the the level when in a bull market, right? Let's try to go to another chart that doesn't have so much noise on it. So we go to the last bull run, right? See, we can't see first quarter. We just see when things went bullish, right? It was right after the election where things went bullish last time. This time it's going to be in January. This looks kind of eerily similar, doesn't it? Like right here, looks kind of eerily similar to this a little bit, right? So I think first quarter we're going to get that kind of big hump, right? And then maybe a pullback in April, May-ish area. But of course, like I told you guys, March is what I'm looking at, right? Because of that lunar eclipse. And then they always say, sell in May and walk away type of deal, right? And then maybe towards the end of the year, we get some more of a pull back up after the whole May thing cools off, right? But let me go back to the chart that has the noise on it. Because then we can go back to the previous having where it was just like, oh, and done. Every halving is a little bit different, right? So for this halving, it was just one and done. One pump and done. Just one old pump and done right there, right? But here in the last halving, right, we had a whole Wyckoff like coming up to one and then two and done. And here again, we had a high before the halving. Bitcoin hit its all-time high at that time before the halving. Now we have this happening, right? After the election. So I think the game has changed a little bit because we got all these ETFs and all of this coming in, right? And like in a sense, we don't matter. And I kind of want to do a show on that, right? Like in a sense, we don't matter. It's the institutional money that matters the most, right? And we can kind of see that in like not at BlackRock and Fidelity and all of those guys, ARK Investor here. What pushed Bitcoin to 100K? Institutional money, right? Institutional money did that. What's going to push XRP, HBAR, and all these different ones to high skyrocket prices? Institutional money. What's going to do the same thing for SWIFT, right? Institutional money. And it being an American crypto that's going to benefit from tax cuts, like zero capital gains tax. That is going to benefit SWIFT. That is going to benefit American cryptos like, like some of the ones we've been talking about, right? I can't wait. I really can't wait. Yeah, I missed the beginning of the live. It's a typo. Now it's the time to buy. Okay. Okay, but now is the time to buy. For sure. 100%. Jason Goodwin, thanks at my main. Thanks at Ruo Black. I just joined your Patreon. I'm taking notes 100%. Appreciate it, bro. Thank you for joining the Patreon. Royal Pounds, what year was SwiftC when it had 3 zeros? Royal Pounds, 3 zeros for Swift. Let's see. Three zeros right here. So 20 September. So October 23rd. That's when it had like 3 zeros. It looks like it was very briefly. Also, again here in May 23rd. Like it was very briefly. Let me see. I can move this a little bit. Okay, so you can see here. This is at 00088. You can see it really only touched it like right here, which is May 5th. So that whole sell in May and walk away type of deal again. So it only very briefly touched 3 zeros. So she will shock many. I thoroughly believe so, brother. I thoroughly believe so. And I've shown facts and stuff to give receipts on that belief too, by the way. Like I know you know that, but just saying that for others. Bill Smith. Oh, that's a pretty funny name, Bill Smith. Oh man, that's hilarious. Like a Will Smith, but Bill Smith. Oh, that's funny. Just watching Shook's content and saw you were live. Appreciate you both. Appreciate you too for coming through. And watching my guy Swift Shook. You got me laughing about this name, bro. Lunar eclipse in March, and there's 11 million Solana unlocking March 1st. Ooh, prospector. Very good news drop right there. Coincidence? I think not. For you Incredibles fans out there. Yep, sub to both. Is it at the third eye? I believe that is correct. Just subbed. I think it is at the third eye. Let me see if I can do that now. So I want to show my guy Indigo here. Here we go. Yep, here it is. Here it is. Sure to go over to Indigo Saint and subscribe to his channel. I love this logo, by the way, man. I don't know like where he got it from or what he did with it or how he got it, but I love this logo, Indigo. It's fire, bro. It's 100% fire. And the third eye, the whole like the bars with that. Your gateway to insightful discussion spanning the realms of internet, industry, and insights. That's dope, bro. That's dope, brother. That's dope. But you bring that same dopeness to all of your raps, bro. I love it. I love it. So definitely subscribe to the third eye, guys, if you haven't already. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it. What is up, Maximus Crypto in the house? What's up, brother? I keep pressing on the wrong buttons here, guys. Forgive me. Bear with me here with that. I don't see her in the chat, but definitely to go check out Moonfeather if you're looking for the esoteric knowledge and you're looking at kind of the astrology knowledge. Definitely go check out Moonfeather at the Mooniverse. Definitely want to share her channel as well. And I was on her channel just before XRP broke out. Definitely go check out the Mooniverse if you're looking for an astrology type view on things. Sorry, wait a minute. Just in case y'all didn't get that one. So definitely go check out her channel. And the show I did on there. Let's see videos. No, it was live. Stocks, stars, and the crypto connection. Definitely go check that out. Third Eye on YouTube. However, he has a full-time appearance on the member site for crypto research and training. Catch Indigo on the Cyber Paw podcast here. And definitely go sign up for the Underdog Research Channel's membership site. If we could put a link to that, I would appreciate it. Is SWFT an American crypto? Yes. Go good. It is an American crypto. If you go look, SWFT. It is an American crypto. So it will qualify for the zero capital gains tax. Corporate offices, San Mateo, California. So Jay Sherd 2.0. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Detroit guy in the house. Big thanks for the knowledge. Ro, what's your view on quantum tech ability to crack encryptions? Do you have any quantum cryptos in mind? Well, I know that Algorand is a quantum resistant cryptocurrency And I don't think that's a big worry for right now. I know I put out a short about quantum cryptos. Um, I don't think that's a big worry right now because in the realm, I only think there's like 7 quantum computers in existence, and you have to have mucho dinero, a lot of bucks to have to even cool a quantum computer. So I don't think it's a big worry right now. But there are some cryptos that are already quantum resistant. But I don't think that's a big enough catalyst to be worried about, really. I think the biggest money follow right now is like American cryptos and cryptos that are connected to like big money, right? You know what I mean? So I wouldn't worry so much about the quantum resistance right now, but I do think that's going to be a problem in the future, but not too much to worry about right now. Google's Willow quantum chip is already breaking records in computing. Yeah, I don't think that's too much of a worry for right now. But there you can find a list of quantum resistant computers or cryptos. I think most of the ISO ones might be quantum resistant, but don't quote me on that. I know Algorand is, and I pretty much think Hedera is too. You think now is a good time to DCA? I think so. I think so. What's up, AC Marine? But that's not financial advice at all. That's just what I'm doing with my portfolio. Because of the nice pullback. One thing to keep in mind that is being overlooked: Swift, Metapath, and Path Protocol are all proven to be the same umbrella, but under different industries. Path Protocol is quietly connecting. Thank you, Underdog Research Channel, for that. And definitely look, guys, for sure. When we look at Swift and we see trusted partners, it definitely lists Metapath. And the path thing on Underdog Research Channel just went and found. That's like, I don't even think that's listed on here anywhere. So that's even more stuff that they kind of obfuscate from you, right? But yeah, I think that's definitely being slept on Underdog Research Channel. From what I know, Swift is an American-based crypto out of Silicon Valley, but has other offices in different countries. That is correct. That is correct. Just like what we said, what we've shown you with Telcoin. Telcoin is the exact same way. It's American-based cryptocurrency, but they have offices many other places, right? Singapore being one of those, right? Because Singapore, we know how big Singapore is as far as like, I think like it's being the gateway to China, the gateway to BRICS cryptocurrencies. So Telcoin has their offices in Norfolk, Nebraska, and also in Los Angeles. But of course, they're in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, Tokyo, Hong Kong. We talked about Hong Kong being the gateway to China, as well as Singapore, which they have offices there too. Australia, Lithuania, London, Vancouver, Canada. Like, definitely. So Swift is in the same vein, right? Path protocol equals payment, privacy, and security rollups. ZK proofs if payment is important, how much more is privacy and security for payments? This is the money trail. Pay attention. We're getting some juicy research from Underdog Research Channel. Appreciate you. At Jetpack, Swift has direct relationships in China and Singapore. So yes, definitely connected. Maximus in my house. Casper Cuber, salute wealth stewards. Underdog Research Channel, yes. Casper Cuber Dragon Chain is featured on documentary Open Source Money. Good look. Okay, I'll check that out. Open Source Money. I think we might have played a portion of that. I'm not sure. Maybe we might have, but I need to write down to take a look at that. Oh, where's my pen? There's my pen. Open source money. I believe that might have been in my last Dragon Chain video. I'm not sure, but don't quote me on that. Open source money. Okay, awesome. Nobody is working on content tonight after. Nobody is working on content tonight. They all watch it, Root. I appreciate that, guys. I really do appreciate that. Got like the 4 horsemen up in this mofo tonight. Shook Focus, Maximus, Underdog Research Channel. I appreciate you guys so much, bro. Like the 100%, bro. Nobody's working on the content. My bros are watching the channel. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, brothers. Underdog, I've been checking out BOS thanks to your talk on CK rollups, a CK proof on BTC. Yeesh. C Allen in the house. Royal Pounds, thanks. E dropping the Underdog Research link to his private research subscription. Definitely check that out, guys, if you haven't already. Shook Focus Digital giving a flushed out link here. Definitely go over there and check that out, guys. Got to support the dog on the channel 100%. Hey, even your boy might make his way over there too as well. Let's see here. At Bill Smith. Okay, at Boss, ZK Rollups and Sharding is here and likely going to be truly making moves. I'll be focusing on this for now, as it's going to surprise everyone, but we're here to make money moves 100%. Just shy of 150 live viewers. Great show tonight. Sorry, you didn't realize you already posted. No worries. Definitely a double post is fine. It's just gonna help people get to our guys' stuff. Love it. Thank you guys, E, and thank you, Shook Focus, for always doing the live moderation. I very, very, very much appreciate it. Thank you guys for all who are watching on X and who are watching on the Crypto Rue podcast under the umbrella of Black Rue Investing. Thank you guys so much. And everybody who came over from the Gentleman of Crypto, definitely be sure to check out the Gentleman of Crypto. I know King does shows live every morning. King, he cracks me up every freaking show, bro. Every freaking morning show. King cracks me up. Be sure to go over and check out the Gentleman of Crypto every morning show. Yeah, definitely appreciate you guys. Your boy's gonna get out of here and get something to eat because I'm starving. I might have ate. I don't think I ate anything today. Just been doing research and stuff like that. Thank you guys so much for coming through. I'm out of here. See y'all later. Have a good